There are so many different types of cases that people have brought to me. The number one type of case that I see, though, is insurance and annuity abuse. So I have had quite a few clients that are in their 80s and 90s have been sold inappropriate products, meaning products that tie up their money for a number of years where they don't have liquidity and access to it. A lot of times this comes from a reverse mortgage, which is used to then buy an annuity, or it may be an annuity that is churned into another annuity or a long-term care policy or other insurance policy. It's very important for advisors to be on the front lines of reporting abuse. So if they suspect abuse, they should be contacting the client and letting them know that they think that they have been the victim of abuse, number one, and then contacting the appropriate authorities with the advice of or with the consent of their client. I'm seeing a lot of cases where elderly are left to their own devices and advisors are not acting in the best interest of the clients. That's not to say there's not a lot of good advisors out there. There are, but there's a lot of advisors that are acting not in the best interest of the client and are acting in the best interest of their pocketbook and trying to get a high commission and sell a product to someone that should not be receiving that product. It's very important for advisors to realize that it's not always the person who's doing the talking that is their client. It's the person who is the investor, the client, the senior that is the client, and they need to act in the best interest of that client, not the person who's doing the talking, such as the caregiver or the children or anybody else who may have the ear of that advisor. I have a case that I resolved fairly recently. It was a situation where an elderly woman in her 70s who had two dependent adults living with her, her children, was sold a reverse mortgage. She had Alzheimer's, late stage Alzheimer's, and wasn't equipped to make that decision to have the reverse mortgage. The proceeds of that reverse mortgage were then taken out by an insurance agent. It was a new insurance agent who didn't really know what he was doing. He didn't do a suitability analysis, and he put all of her money from that reverse mortgage into a deferred annuity that locked up her money. So the interest rate on the reverse mortgage that she was borrowing money from was higher than the interest rate on the investment, the insurance that she was investing with. So it made absolutely no sense from a financial standpoint, and it was really acting in the best interest of the advisor and not in her best interest. We were able to bring a lawsuit and resolve the case and to help restore justice. But one would hope we never need to get to that situation and that clients and advisors just don't do that to their clients.